Cancer. This is your relationship reading for February 2019. And of course, Valentine's Day is February 14th. So I know quite a few of you are watching this month's readings with interest. So as we go through the cards, we're going to have 9 cards for you new people. If this is the first time you're watching, there are going to be 9 cards. That will be the main reading. After the main reading, I'm going to pull one more card, which is an outcome card. And the outcome card will kind of tie everything up as far as what will be the resolution, what will be happening this month for you as far as your love life. And also, because this is a general reading, keep in mind, I try to give the readings where I try to be general enough where everyone can sort of get an understanding of what's going on. Okay, so you're looking at the first 9 cards. I'm going to try to find a happy balance between the just general energies of what I see happening with the love life, and trying to be specific about the types of situations that are happening for some of you with your partner or love interest or whoever you're dating currently. So I want to start here in the middle, which is always the card that tells me what is the root situation, what is the overall theme. And you do have the Tower. Now, the Tower looks very dramatic, and usually it is. And in a love and relationship reading, seeing the Tower can mean unexpected news, something that blindsided you, some information from or about your partner that you didn't expect. And it's not necessarily a physical catastrophe, but it can be something where emotionally you're just blown away. But overall, the Tower means rebuilding, starting from scratch. It's like, oh, okay, so we have to try something completely new. We have to start all over again. So I feel that going into the month of February, part of the energies is you and your partner rebuilding, trying to get past some news. Maybe your partner didn't share something with you. Not necessarily lying, but sometimes we can make bad decisions in a relationship. Your partner makes bad decisions, and then everything just falls apart. So some type of catastrophe or surprise that you weren't expecting that kind of derails your relationship goals. So when we look at your major arcana, the first 3 rows are the past. You do have that Hierophant or the Pope or the Priest. And that's a good energy as well, because in tarot this can mean marriage, but it can also mean mediation. It can mean getting advice and seeking counseling. So I'm already seeing here, in anticipation of the Tower, I'm already starting to see you and your partner just trying to stay steady and calm, especially as this 10 of Wands follows. So a lot of relationship stress that you might be dealing with. And then I've already discussed the Tower, about when you come here to the future, we have Death. And Death and the Tower are very much alike in some ways, because they're both about complete endings and new beginnings. So the Tower, tear it all down, start over. Death, everything eventually dies, can't avoid it, but after death there's a resurrection. So once again, that theme seems to be underscored in your future, that there could be some news that puts the relationship on a completely different direction, but it feels as if it's for a good thing. It feels as if there's something that's being taken out of the way. And that's another meaning of the Tower. That's spiritual blocks and things that are preventing the relationship from growing are removed. And Cancer, you, out of all the water signs between Pisces and Scorpio, you're the sign that sort of, you're very, you keep your emotions under very tight boundaries. You have an inner circle of friends and loved ones that's very small and very tight. You just don't open up your emotions to everything and everybody. And I'm not saying that in a negative way against Pisces or Scorpio, but you are a little bit more guarded than the other two water signs. And so not only are you looking at that major arcana between the Tower and Death, but I also want to point out some swords here. And I'm like, why are these swords showing up? Is this about your partner or love interest? And quite possibly it is, because these swords are sort of the overwhelming element, and swords are about the psychological, our worries, our stress, our anxiety. So when I do see this Queen of Swords, which does represent Libra, so if you do have a Libra in your life, Sun, Ascending, or Moon, this Queen of Swords is about wisdom, intelligence, learning from your mistakes, but the Queen of Swords is also kind of guarded. Air signs are usually very guarded and secretive and mysterious. And then we see here with the Swords energy, look at how this plays out. You have the stability of a Three of Pentacles, which means being committed and focused and learning. Then the Tower comes along, and all of a sudden we have someone leaving or going away. Doesn't necessarily mean physically, but it can mean that your partner is dealing with some type of catastrophe, or something that's directly affecting your partner is going to be a big issue here in February, and your emotional strength and stability is going to be needed to, keep the relationship on even keel. So this combination here, we come from the calming influence of the Hierophant or the Pope to deal with the stress from the Ten of Wands. We have your partner here with the Queen of Swords, and even if they're not a Libra or an air sign, the Queen of Swords means deliberation and making a decision. We have the Three of Pentacles, and sometimes this can even mean a friendship card in a relationship reading. Pentacles are not very romantic. Usually when I read them, I've sort of adapted the meaning to mean a strong friendship, support. Then the Tower comes, and then once again, this is about your partner trying to heal or recover or resolving a misunderstanding with you. So when we get here to the future, kind of interesting what's happening here, because it feels like Death is coming along to help you clean up after the Tower. The rebuilding, resolving the issues, getting the negative obstacles out of the way. We're getting a little drama from your partner in the future. But then I see Death here, and it seems as if Death is putting a stop to the drama and the misunderstandings. And what follows here is your second card with Pentacles, which is that Queen of Pentacles, and she doesn't mess around. The Queen of Swords is like thinking and making decisions and deliberating. The Queen of Pentacles is more of a stronger, slower support. She's the housewife. She's the dutiful mother. She keeps everybody stable and together and provides for everybody's needs. And of course, she supports the King of Pentacles. So I think it's very interesting here that as you go into February, Cancers, just be aware of certain issues that are happening with your partner. Secretiveness, moodiness, defensiveness. I'm now pulling your outcome card, which will kind of give me a sense of, where this month in February will land. Also keep in mind some of these energies extend beyond February, because everything has a karmic effect. One thing affects the other. So as I pull your outcome card, you actually have Strength. Okay? And that's going to be a very important energy. Strength means having courage. It's attached to Leo the Lion. And it's interesting you have no cups. Cups represent water. You're a water sign. But I don't see any cups anywhere except this Six of Swords here. You see him traveling on water, processing emotions and reflecting. So, but you do have some of this energy of the major arcana. And once again, strength represents courage. It also represents pulling back the ego, taming your ego, not letting things get out of control. And maybe this isn't addressing what's going on with your partner. Because once again, when it comes to your emotions, Cancer, you're very, very capable of pulling everything back in. People with fire, they're very extroverted. They are, sometimes they're just very motivated. But there's also this issue of someone being self-centered and always making it about them. And so I see this strength card coming along. You see the goddess in that picture? That's you. That's you taming the lion. You taming, pulling back, being patient, and not letting your partner's issues take you out of your zone. And I think as long as you keep maintaining your stability and your own happiness, because I see you supporting your partner here in that Six of Swords. I feel like the Six of Swords and the Strength card together are working together as far as your energy, meaning that emotionally support your partner, help them get to where they need to go, but at the same time you're maintaining your boundaries and, you know, developing a sense of trust and not rushing into anything emotionally, which I think is a good thing. So that was your reading, Cancer. Thank you to all of my new subscribers, my clients who I get to chat with every week. Thank you, and those who've donated. I really appreciate you. Please stay safe and warm if you're out there with the sub-zero temperatures, but even here in California, we've been getting a lot of rain. So take care. I'll see you next month. And as always, I wish you love and light.